Hello and welcome to Codeeze Radio Workshop. It's troubled times out there. We can't go anywhere, we can't do anything. So we're stuck in. And what does a radio guy do when he's stuck in? Well, ordinarily he would get a radio out that's in his round to it pile. But I haven't got my round to it pile. My round to it pile's in storage and I can't get to it. So I have to make do with what is in here and under the bench. This was, well, it is a Hacker Herald, a VHF Herald, the RP37. I haven't done anything with this at all. It was just a set that I thought, yeah, okay, I've got it. I've done them before, I'll keep this one underneath for spares just in case I get another one. It's missing quite a few things. It's missing its original aerial. I think that's a Roberts and I haven't put that one in there. It's missing a little bit of Rexine over here in this corner. It's also missing one of the handle brights. It's also missing the Rexine cover on the handle. It's missing the feet on the bottom, and I haven't got any of those. It's also missing the back grille, and I haven't got one of those. It's also missing the amplifier inside. So, because these are troubled times and we're pushed for things to do and wonder whether things will get any better for a while or not, we need some content to watch. So I'm going to dig in with this set and see if we can't get it something like. Looking inside, there's been nothing at all done to the circuit board. Everything in there looks original. It's got the original capacitors and resistors, and yeah, it's very original. It's not actually in that bad a shape. I've seen them a lot worse, but it's not in that bad a shape really. Inside, it's obviously dusty and a little bit tired, but we should be able to do something with that. I have tried to recently do a live stream, but the internet seems to be doing its own thing, and it crashed out. So I can't do this live, but here's hoping that I can do something that will entertain the rest of you radio folk out there that have an interest in this sort of thing for a little while to come, at least. We might get 20 minutes out of this. We might get 20 hours out of this. I'm not entirely sure at the minute. Looking inside it though, as I say, everything looks original. There's a tropical fish cap there that looks like it's seen better days. But yeah, everything else looks tidy enough. The amplifier plug possibly need a, well, it will need a clean. That's very tarnished. It's probably, this set probably hasn't had an amplifier in it for quite some time. The battery snaps, yeah, they look alright. I can see that the battery snap there. Let me just have a look at the other one. Yeah, they've both had some soldering done on them. That's non-factory. Here's the aerial. It's obviously a lot shorter than it should be. That should be down here somewhere. Don't know if I've got an aerial of the required length, but if that one works and it's solid enough, I might just be tempted to just leave that in there. Looking up at the switch and the wiring, I can't see any sign of any previous work. So this has probably never been apart, which is good. That I like. So I do have several Hacker amplifiers, which are done and ready to roll, and I think the one for this set, I can't be 100% sure, is an A205, and as I say, I have, where are we, several different amplifiers. There's my test amp, which is an A205, so we could perhaps use that one. But I do have many hacker amplifiers, but we only need one, so we'll get those out of the way again. And there's a candidate for a recap. That's totally original. That is an A205 as well. I'll just pop that on one side a moment. Another A205, that's been done with the Vichys. That's a 206, I think. Top of it. Oh yeah, sticker on it there. A206B. Can't remember what that one's out of. Somebody will tell me down there in the comments. Another A205, that's been recapped with whatever I had in at the time. Here's the test amp, again with whatever I had in at the time. It's got the Nishikon and another Nishikon, and I don't know what the other one is, but this is the amp that I use for testing all sorts of different sets. So let's get it in there. Well, let's get it connected up first, and then we'll get some power on and we will see what we've got, whether we've got a worker or not. Now this is the VHF Herald. There's no other waveband on there, so it is VHF or FM if you prefer to call it only. But they're very nice when they're properly working. There's a bit of crackle there. It must have still had some power in one of these caps. There are the Paxilin spacers, they're still there. I'll just settle that amp down there now. Let's have a wiggle and a jiggle with some power. Oh, they're all quite thick blades. I do have some thinner ones, but there we go. You can always trust wearer screwdrivers. I've got those in the jar, and the same on the other side. Let's close the back up just temporarily. Now that bright just slides off the side. It's only a pressure fit. Remove that one. Now I do have some black Rexine, but whether I've got it here or whether that's in storage as well, I'm not sure as of this moment, but if I've got it here, we'll replace the Rexine for the handle. Right, so that's those done. There are two screws at the bottom, one in this corner here, one in this corner here to remove. These two screws are the ones that actually secure it to the case. I can never get my fingers in far enough to withdraw those. Let's use a pair of pliers. I'm going to need myself a goat soon, aren't I? I gave my last goat away. I thought it was surplus to requirement. Obviously not. So the positive is at the bottom of the speaker. Let's see if we can get that all the way out now. That was quite snug. There we go. Leave the amplifier wire inside, and there essentially is the radio ready for working on. So we've got some well, obviously we've got some capacitors on here, but usually these are the Philips old school, and very tired usually. That's a 250. Obviously you've got all sorts of different values, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 capacitors to change on the amplifier board, and well, that's it. The rest are on the main amplifier board. So yeah, let's get those done. I'm going to pause it here. In fact, I might leave it here, and join me again. I will upload another video of this one shortly. I'll kind of turn this one into a mini series because there's so much of to do, and I will do whatever I can with it. But we've got it out of the case, we've tried it, we tested it, it is working, but we're just going to do the homework stuff on it, just the daily running stuff, like change the tired old caps, possibly check all the resistors. The transistors are working fine. That tropical fish cap there, the fishy is very bulgy, so that will have to come out, and we'll just give it a once over and find an amplifier to marry up to it for the rest of its life, and then have a look at doing something with the case. Thanks very much for sticking with me. Stay safe. It is a terrible world out there at the moment. If you haven't got to go out, don't go out. I could do to go out and pick up some of my sets to be getting on with from my round to it pile, but I'm staying right here, right where I am. I don't want to spread it, I don't want to catch it. There's a reason that we've been asked to stay at home, and I'll stick with that. I'll make do and mend what I've already got in that I thought was beyond it. So yeah, I'm really surprised at this. If you like what you've seen, give me the thumbs up, subscribe, and stay safe. Catch you in the next one.